after I fed, I went out and got them critters out of the hayfield. I'm right below the hayfield. It's right there. That was a 2-hour job. I got them down through the gate into the lane by the bridge, and they went the 2 different directions they could go besides where they needed to. They went out where the other cows were, but the other cows were all up in the feed barn eating, so I had them locked in. I just thought I'd come down here. Well, actually, I'm out here because I'm checking fence. Gotta love this crap. This is our line fence right there. Prior to the neighbors going in the government program, all our line fences were woven wire with a hot wire inside and on top. Well, this was part of their government program crap. They replaced this stretch of line fence from here to our south property line, which is, I don't know, 400 or 500 feet, I guess. Now, they wouldn't put it back as woven wire. They put it back like this. It's been nothing but a nightmare because as you see where it goes, right through all the trees. The trees on our side aren't the issue. It's the trees on their side that drop these things. But I was just thinking while I was here, I'd show you this. If you recall, we were having troubles on the other side of the creek with critters getting back into the neighbors. Well, the line fence used to, about 5 feet on their side of the creek is where the line is. That's where the line fence used to be. The government program, they tore all that up. Part of it's still there buried in the ground. Nice long straight stretch of creek here. Yeah, there's wire in the creek because of it. Oh yeah, and did I mention that our stretch of ground on this side of the property line between it and the creek, they planted all the government crap. We've never gotten a dime for that. Never even been offered a dime for that. Ah, hey, the neighbors get the money for it. What the hell, right? But this is the other issue. That's a beaver dam right there. I came in and tore out a few of those about 10 years ago when I had the government's blessing to do so when we still had the neighbor's property. This waterfalls has changed a little bit. Used to be a really good fishing hole. Used to be an awesome fishing hole. You couldn't catch fish anywhere in the creek. You come up here, guarantee you're going to have dinner. Well, this is what the government shit has done. Why? Because you don't get to get in and clean all that crap up. That's all the neighbors' trees. Now, keep in mind, our property line is at the far end of that one over there. I can't go in on their side to get it out. That's where it should go. I can get in here with the hoe. There's a long walk up here because I got to go clear around the creek to get in here. And yeah, that corner of the falls underneath those 2 logs over there used to be underneath this tree that's still there. So the actual main hole was right here. And I can see the bottom. I can even see a log laying in the bottom. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see it. You can see it in the picture. That's all because of this crap in here. Oh yeah, and the government's great idea. Since no cows had ever crossed the property line here at the falls in, 100 years or whatever, they decided that they had to put a wire across. And because of flooding, originally they hung 2 hot wires across there and then put chains like a fluorescent light hangs with, those little crimped shut S hook chains, hung that off of it. That's what those 2 wires are. Notice where they go? Oh wait, they go underneath the tree. When we were checking things out on the other side of the line, I don't know, a month ago, 2 months ago, time flies when you're having fun, we found the fence post that used to be on the other side over there. Oh, look. No, wait, that's not. Oh, there it is, right there in plain sight. Right there. Fence post with insulators on it. Yeah, it used to be behind that tree. Yeah. But, you know, like I say, that was in the government's ground. We weren't allowed to do shit there without their blessing first. So, I haven't found a short down here. I found a couple little things. Biggest short I found was on the other line where, well, we've got a temporary set up in the corner up here because trees came down from the other neighbor's kitty corner and wiped all the corner out. And unfortunately, getting up here is not the easiest thing to do with any equipment. And it just hasn't gotten done, so it's been a temporary for 2 years. I did bring the John Deere up last year, and I tried to move the tree. God knows I tried. But, to our right of the bike there, it drops down into the corner, and it's just as steep as the hill I just walked up. Wheel tractor don't have a chance. So I've got to bring the hoe up. There's the other nice thing they done. Anybody know what that tree is? Well, could be a ponderosa. Not native here. But one gentleman who works for the state that I've talked with has looked at them. He said those are a long needle pine. Those cause abortions in cattle. They weren't supposed to have anything anywhere near where they'd be that was an issue. So let's plant that 3 feet off the fence and wonder why the needles are on this side. Same with this one. Actually, everything in here, until you get to them ugly little cottonwoods, everything along this fence is stuff they planted. And I don't know where the mushrooms came from. Never seen those ones up here before. Seems to be quite a few of them. And when we were still allowed to use what used to be a beautiful meadow for pasture, that's what the gate's there for. You know, there's no meadow anymore. It's actually all a swamp now. When it was grass, the only swamp part was a little strip parallel to the property line that came out down there by the falls. And the other 4 acres of it was nice, good, solid ground that grew grass like crazy. You know, see, here's proper management. Whole place looks that way around there. Oh yeah, and the other nice thing about putting a hot wire in the way they did, the bottom wire is disconnected. The other one has an insulator wedged in there to keep it off the tree. For some reason, the bottom wire is showing like, well, 0.6 joules, 0.4 joules right in there. So, I mean, that's 400 to 600 volts. I don't know why. It does not show a pulse on the tester, but it does show something there. Don't ask me how, because I don't know. Here's our temporary. I gotta wonder if the neighbor didn't clean up some of the tree, because there was some in here, but the other is laying across that line fence where the blackberries are. And the only way I know to get in here is with Traco and get in and just tear it all out. It came from that neighbor's, it's across that neighbor's, and it's on ours. God, that's enough. You guys are you're gonna fall asleep watching my video tonight. So anyway, I got juice here. It's not enough, but hey, I've showed you this fancy thing before. It tells me there's a short kitty corner from here on the place too. So that's my next stop. And in the process of getting those critters back where they belong, this fence right here between here and the hayfield, I put 4 insulators back on. At least I found them. And the wire was off of 6 other insulators. Oh yeah, and the real problem over here, the hot wires, they go from that post down to the corner. We just doubled them back, and they're tied back up to that corner. Right in the middle of that section on the top wire, something hit it, deer crossed it or whatever. Got it hooked on the barbed wire. That was the short. That went from 1.1 joules up to 4.8 joules when I unhooked that. We should be running between 6 and 7 joules out here. If everything's perfect, we should be no less than 6. So now I gotta go way the heck over there. Oh, well, like I said, this is more than enough. I might have to make 2 videos out of this. I think I will, because I already got 10 minutes on this one. You find when you're checking fence. When I just rode by, just rolling that little bug there up. Got some stuff here to eat. There's one there, another one right there, and there's Charlotte. Just a little bitty bugger. Yeah, here I'll show you how big. My finger is the same distance from her as the phone. Okay, I still got more fence to check. I know this line's good. I'm just wondering what's on that line. And hey, yeah, I'm gonna do 2 videos. I can't see making you watch a half an hour. So, yeah, you'll figure it out tonight. Thanks for watching. All right, it ain't gonna focus, but you can see where the needle is. 210 is straight up. We just took this thing up in the hills, mostly uphill driving for 25 miles. Actually, no, make that 27 miles. I gotta learn to do my math. It took it, I don't know, we were a couple miles down the road, 2.5 miles, I suppose, before it got up to 210. And it stayed dead nuts on 210 the whole freaking time. Till we pull in the driveway, then it creeped up just a little bit farther than it is. So we're sitting here, because that's another spot she's had trouble. She's at the drive-up window and it goes up. So we've been sitting here for a couple minutes now, and it's working its way back down. I cut out the stupid little check valve thing that was in the outer frame of the thermostat and drilled 2 other holes in the outer frame to the same size. They're about 1/8 of an inch. So there's 3 holes in it, and it works just fine until you slow down. Riddle me what? Because I don't get it. But before, with the thermostat in its original condition, it would try to get way down there toward that 260 mark. It would at least get to the next line, and usually it'd get halfway from the next line to the 260. And the other thing, if you rev up, we'll see if it goes back down. I'm going to say no, it's going to stay right there. Oh, it did come down. Now, figure that out. I don't get it. I really don't. Pressure test's fine. Vacuum test's fine. It'll hold pressure all freaking day. Hold vacuum all freaking day. Has not lost any water between messing around times. I mean, literally the level is exactly where it was when we filled it. And now it'll probably stay there, which would be a good thing. I think it's going to stay there, actually. Tested this thermostat, made sure it's opening like it should. Had it in a pan of boiling water, dunked her in and out. Had a thermometer in it, all that good stuff. Oh, now it's creeping back up a little bit, maybe. Oh well. Hey, look, from fencing to working on the Tahoe. This is your second video for the day. Maybe somebody's got an answer to this riddle, because I don't. And neither does Ron. You've been riding shotgun. I mean, it's an acceptable temperature. Gonna have to live with it, I guess. Thanks for watching, everybody.